How's it, grade 11? So today I'm going to be going on to example 5 for the exponential and logarithmic functions. So example 5. Again, guys, I'm just working from your book and I'm working with these examples here. Okay. So question A, we've got log cube root of 5 base 5. And the question is, evaluate the following without using a calculator. Now that's very important, guys, because you need to show your steps as you're going through this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to convert this cube root to an exponent. So we get log 5 to the power of 1 over 3 base 5. And what I'm using here is, you remember we've got from our exponential laws, this is equal to a to the m over n. That's all I'm doing there. Okay. The next thing I can do is I can take the power to the front and we get 1 over 3 log 5 base 5. Now you remember one of your log properties is if you have log a base a, that's equal to 1. So log 5 base 5 is equal to 1. And then 1 times 1 over 3 is 1 over 3. And we work that out without using a calculator. All right, question B. Question B is ln e to the 4. Now remember, lin's base is always e. There's an invisible e there. Okay, we don't have to write it in because we've said ln here. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the 4 to the front and we get 4 ln e base e. Okay, very similar to what I did here. Remember that your log and your ln laws are exactly the same. So we've got ln e base e, which is the same as saying ln a base a, which is 1. So this becomes 1 times 4, which is 4. Okay, question C, we've got log 125 base 1 over 5. Okay, so I'm going to use that one log property that says if your base is a fraction, I can change that to a non-fraction. So this would be log 125 base 5. And as soon as I swap that base from being a fraction to a number like this, I must put a negative in the front. Okay. Now, what I can do is minus log base 5. I can prime factorize this, and this would become 5 to the power of 3. I can take the 3 to the front, and we get minus 3 log 5 base 5. Now that's log a base a, which is 1. So 1 times minus 3 is minus 3. All right. Going on to example D. Okay, so example D, we've got 2 times e to the ln 5. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to, if I show you one of the properties, I just need to find it. Here it is here. So I'm going to be using this property over here. When you got e to the ln x will be equal to whatever that is, x. Okay. So that's what we're going to be using over here. So it's e to the ln 5. So this just becomes 5. So this becomes 2 times 5, which is equal to 10. Okay. Then we've got example E. See, I've missed one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing D now. That was E, this is D. So we've got log 64. No, hang on. I think I'm doing your homework there. Sorry, grade 11s. Here we go. So that was D. Yes. Okay, so question E. Apologies for that, guys, I was on the wrong page. So we've got example E is 7 log 9 base 1 over 7. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to change that base from being a fraction, and it's very similar to what I did with the previous one. So this is going to become 7 to the power of log 9 base 7. But as soon as I change that from a fraction, remember that this becomes a negative. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that negative to the top here, and we get 7 to the power of log 9 to the minus 1 base 7. Now, why is it minus 1? Because remember that there's an invisible 1 there. Okay, so if I can simplify this further. So 7 log 1 over 9 base 7. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same property that I used here, e to the ln 5. So we've got here 7 log to the power of log 1 over 9 base 7. These are the same. So this will just be that over there, which is 1 over 9. Okay, question F. We've got 5 2 log 3 base 5 plus log 2 base 2. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to take, or let's rather do it this way. Remember one of your exponential laws. If you've got a to the m times a to the n, that is equal to a to the m plus n, okay? Which is basically what we've got here. We've got this a to the m plus n, a to the m plus n. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to reverse it. So I'm going to split it, okay? So this would become 5 to the power of 2 log 3 base 5 multiplied by 5 to the log 2 base 2. All right, now I can deal with them individually. So I'm going to take the 2 to the top there, and we get 5 log 3 squared base 5 times 5 log 2 base 2. Okay, so I'm just going to miss some steps here, grade 11s. So this 5 log whatever base 5, that's going to be whatever this thing is here, which is 3 squared. So that gives us 9, okay? Times, then log 2 base 2 is 1. So that's 5 to the 1, so that's 9 times 5, and that gives us 45. All right. We are going on to example G, which is log 4 plus 2 log 5 minus log 100. Now remember, because they're missing these bases here, this is automatically base 10. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 2 to the top there, and we get log 4 plus log 5 to the power of 2 minus log 100. Okay, now because all our bases are the same, I can apply my log laws. Remember, if you're adding, you're going to multiply. If you're subtracting, you're going to divide. And we can all make it 1 log. So this is going to give us 4 times 25, because 5 squared is 25. And we are going to divide that by 100. So this gives us 4 times 25 is 100. 100 divided by 100 is 1. So we get log 1. Now remember, this is one of your properties. Log 1 of any base is 0. All right. And I think we're going on to the last example, question H, which is log 3 base 2 times log 4 base 3. All right, so what I'm going to do here, grade 11s, is I'm going to use something called the change of base, okay, which is one of your properties over here. So it's the change of base rule, and how it works is, rather not look at this, I will show you with this example here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to convert everything to base 10, okay? So we need to change this one to a base 10, this base here, and we need to change this base to base 10, okay? So how it works is I'm going to say log 3, my new base. Now remember, with base 10, we don't have to put it in. So there's my new base, over log my old base with the new base. And what we've done is we converted this log 3 base 2 to base 10, multiplied by, and I'm going to do the same thing for this one. So it's log 4, our new base, divided by log our old base, new base. All right. So what I can do now is I can prime factorize that, and that becomes log 3 over log 2 multiplied. Now I'm going to miss some steps here, grade 11, so just follow. That becomes 2 squared. So I'm going to prime factorize that to be 2 squared. Now, the 2 is going to go to the front, so we'll get 2 log 2 base 10 over log 3. The log 3 will cancel with the log 3, the log 2 will cancel with the log 2, and we are left with a final answer of 2. All right, so grade 11s, what you can do for me now is you can do question 4. You can do these ones for me here, okay, from your exercise. Right, thanks grade 11s.